how you managed to organize this conference and what's the idea, how it started.
Once the product is launched, we help sellers with managing that through Amazon advertising.
So what can a seller expect from the conference? Could you explain throughout the day how it goes?
We'll talk about profitability, how to get your product work, so optimization side of things as well.
I think when you started the conference more focused on Amazon, is there any reason?
A general way to structure the campaign is based on the product and based on the campaign type.
How does a campaign, a best campaign structure would look like, in your opinion?
Ecom Squeezed podcast.
Welcome back to Ecom Squeezed. I am a host, Sebastian, founder of Retail-Outsource, and I'm really thrilled today to chat with Prabhat Shah, the visionary behind AmafestUK, a one-day Amazon sellers conference held in Brighton that mixes expert-led learning, supplier showcases, a top-tier networking, all wrapped up in one powerful event. Welcome to the show, Shah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sebastian. Thank you very much.
Great. So just give us a background in how you managed to organize this conference, what's the idea, how it started. We'd love to know about that.
Yeah, no, thank you. So with regards to the conference, it goes back, I would say, 10, 15 years when you was talking, about, us and how we know each other past eBay times. We started doing meetups back in those days. Meetups were like 10, 15 people, could be up to 30 people in a room. And we talked about a few things about eBay, a few things about Amazon. And that's how things started. And I had always some sort of dream to say, okay, I want to do a bigger event at one point of time. Maybe 100 people there in the room and we have a full day conference. And it took us about, I would say, 10 to 15 years to get to where we are. And then Amafest came up. So we are doing Amafest for a few times in Brighton. We did start Amafest in Manchester before. Brighton is a good place to be. It has a good feel. And there we are. We are there for a few years now, and we are again doing it this year.
Great. And you are an Amazon PPC ad expert as well, right? And you run a company also. So could you give us a little bit more detail on that side as well, please?
Sure. So my company, which is behind Amafest, is Online Seller UK. So we are a verified Amazon ad consultant company where we help sellers. Once the product is launched, we help sellers with managing that through Amazon advertising. It can get complex sometimes, but really it's not that difficult to run the ads. For example, you can run ads once the product has got a few reviews, and they're very simple type of ads you can run and you can make it work. Lately, I've found a lot of problems on the ads is outside of the ads. It's not within the ads, it's outside of the ads. Actually, this is not my saying. I saw someone saying this point on LinkedIn. So a lot of times people think, okay, can it get complicated? It is difficult to manage. It can be expensive. Of course, it is going to be difficult if you are not doing it for a long period of time and so on. But actually, once the product is in a good shape, meaning it has got a couple of images, it has got content and things like that. So Sebastian, you know it because you are also in this space for some time, and when it's got some reviews on it, getting the ads running and making it work, it's not that difficult, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think a lot of sellers miss that point, setting up the basics. They just throw the money on advertising straight away. But let's go back to Amafest. So what can a seller expect from the conference? Do you have any the event lineup? How does it work? How long it lasts? Could you explain throughout the day how it goes?
Sure. So the day starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. When sellers arrive on the day, you get to have some meetings with the people there are, like meeting with other sellers, and people do come before 9 o'clock, really, to meet up. And then we start the event with 20 minutes talk style. So it's like a conveyor belt. So there's 20 minutes talk, and that there are about 15 plus speakers on the day. And the idea of the speakers there is to come in and share their expertise. We've got very, very well-known industry people. They have got good expertise over the past few years, and their idea is to come in and share their knowledge with the sellers there on the day. And you can get to ask questions after every talk. So you've got 20 minutes talk, and then after that there's 5 minutes Q&A time where you can ask directly questions with the experts or speakers on the day. There are a couple of breaks. We've got lunch break, different tea breaks, so there are plenty of networking time, so you can catch up with people. And in terms of other networking side, I think there is a learning side where we've packed in, quite a lot of agenda there, from the topics of AI to Amazon PPC, Amazon Marketing Cloud. We'll talk about profitability, how to get your products work, so optimization side of things as well. And for brands who are established and who have got vendor account, we've got a panel for the day as well, so you can learn from the vendor experts. And especially with regards to vendor, there are very less information out there, so you can come in and then meet with the speakers who have been working with Amazon themselves for a few years. A little bit touch on the networking side, because I know a lot of people do like to talk with other people, and sometimes people think, I go on the day and then there are lots of slides and things like that, and if I can't get to meet up people, you can, because we've got drinks included as a part of the ticket the day before. So you can, if you are there on the 16th at Old Ship Hotel where the event is held, you can come in for a drink in the evening, and we are including first drink as a part of the ticket as well. And then after the event, again, there is a networking meeting after 5. People stays up to 8-9 o'clock, where again first drink is included as part of the ticket. So I was mentioning earlier that ticket price is not expensive. There's 30% off ticket going on at the moment. It's 59 plus VAT, but it's you're paying for the cost of the food and drinks. Actually, you are not paying anything else, sort of things. It shouldn't be a barrier as such. But there's a lot of networking there on the day as well.
That's great. That's a great lineup. And in terms of the speakers, you mentioned that there'll be like experts in those areas, right? So I know there was 2 guests on this podcast were speakers, I think previous year. So do you have a list of known names at the moment that are going to speak on the show, on the conference?
Yeah, of course. We've got one's interesting, going slightly background. So one of the slight interesting part is the event is getting some sort of awareness outside the UK as well. And we've got some speakers outside the UK coming and traveling here. So if I take some of the names, so there is Tahir Khan, will be talking about AI and so on with regards to Amazon. He's traveling from Canada. And there's another Canadian speaker, which is John Kyle Beaton. You'll be talking about sourcing from China. So yes, so there is a couple of quite few interesting speakers who is traveling in and going in. So we've got the likes of Anthony Famularo, who is a Amazon suspension expert and trademark and infringement expert. Sebastian, again, with regards to selling on Amazon, you want to be aware of these things. Nobody wants to be suspended and infringed and so on. But
true, yeah.
Again, what a good opportunity to meet with the lawyer, trademark lawyer himself on the day, who is traveling from the US. So shall I go on talking about other speakers' names?
Of course, yeah, please.
So there is Robert Prime, who is a owner of Mr. Prime Agency. And actually, I found him because one of the research paper he was sending out in his LinkedIn post was, which part of the Amazon content is better? So should we spend a lot of time on A+ page, which can cost you hundreds of pounds, or should I just spend time on the images on the top right, infographics, which may not be expensive? So he mentioned about, I don't want to disclose the result there, but he mentioned which part of the content is important, where we should put more money in. So that caught my attention, and he's there talking about those listing optimization on the day. I mentioned about the vendor panel before. So there are sometimes some speakers are quite well known, some speakers aren't, but that doesn't mean they don't know a lot. So one of the speakers is Christopher Selton. I know him for many years, from early days when he joined Amazon, but now he is a vendor expert now. So he's taking up a panel with Martin Hubel and Peter Martin. And there will be quite interactive sessions, so any vendors can learn a lot from that. I think we can't go without talking about TikTok as well these days.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, social commerce is now part of everything else at the moment. So Karina, we'll be talking about that on the day, picking up some of the good part of TikTok, how to get started, how to optimize, how to accelerate your sales through TikTok. See, it has an Amazon agency, but nowadays you can see a lot of demand is on TikTok side as well. So you can imagine a lot of agencies are going towards TikTok and so on. So then you can imagine I'm going through the list here because I won't remember everything. Yeah. I've got another speaker, Christopher Ball. So I know him from Manchester days, so from many, many years. And he has presented before. He'll be presenting it again. And he was thinking of presenting on search query performance and how to make use of it on your Amazon listing. I've got another speaker who is traveling all the way from Serbia, which is Igor.
Wow.
I
know.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. You've already introduced very well, so PPC expert. So he'll be actually talking about 6 tips that about PPC. And I met him in European Sellers Conference, actually. And we had a good time there. And it made sense for him to come over to UK and talk to the sellers here. So he'll be talking there. Then another live, we call it fireside chat. And this is led by Lorna Lever from GS1 UK. And Maya will be joining, and she's a seller of Super Botanic. So it will be nice to hear from sellers themselves, isn't it? So a lot of times we hear from experts, which is good. It's really good to hear from, but also listening to sellers themselves is a good idea. So she'll talk about how she grew her expanded sales on Amazon in terms of her supplement products and on that. And Lorna, again, I know her for now, I think 15 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I met her before in the Meetups. And sometimes, this is an encouragement for people who are thinking about running Meetups. Sometimes the Meetups could be 5 people, sometimes 10, sometimes 30. And you can meet people within number of 5, but you know that person for many years. I think that is very, very significant. It's not about number of people sometimes. Sometimes how you make connection with a person and how they can help you for many years. And I think Lorna is one really good example we know for many years. She's helping with the event in terms of and so on, putting the name out and all. And she's talking on the fireside chat as well. So come and speak with her. She knows the e-commerce industry ins and out because she's been there for many years as well. And GS1, it's evolving. The GS1 numbers, or you can say barcodes, are evolving. It's coming QR codes and things like that. So I think it's good to talk to the company who actually helps you generate QR code on the day. We've got Ant as well, and who is again a seller himself, so he'll be talking about different challenges the sellers can face. So again, these are the talks from the sellers who you can relate to, and you might find something that relates to you and you can talk to him direct. Then we've got Ruth and Ella, and they are from Minster FB, which is another Amazon full agency. They will be talking about Amazon Marketing Cloud, which is some sort of new in the industry. Not everybody uses it. What they're trying to do is they're not trying to put Amazon Cloud is very complicated thing. They're making it easier for the brands to actually go away and use and take advantage of that Amazon Marketing Cloud. So these are some of the speakers that so far been confirmed, and it's already packed agenda already. So but there is always the aim of the talks are for you to go away with to-do list. And I say it again and again, I don't feel shy saying it. So you need to come in with an open mind and you learn something new from each of the sellers. Sometimes you may think, okay, I know PPC already, so why do I need to listen to this person? But when I attend these webinars or conferences and when I meet and talk with people, I've picked up 1 or 2 things myself and I've used it. So I think we need to come with a humble heart and come and be ready to listen and then go away and implement changes back to our company.
Yeah, that's a great lineup, Prabhat. And I have to back you up on that one. Whenever even I go to shows, go conferences, there'll be always 1 or 2 points, that kind of, oh, look, I have to do that. Then when you do it, the results will be amazing, right? There'll be always some. So I think shows or conferences like this, it's always good to attend. And it's always pay itself off quite easily, even the expensive ones. And my next question is, you mentioned about, I think when you started the conference, it was kind of a broad, not just for Amazon, it was eBay, it was a lot of selling platforms. But I think currently it's more focused on Amazon. Is there any reason, or is that just you're following the trend because everything is going with Amazon at the moment?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. So with Amazon, there is a lot of interest, and people seem to find it as a complicated platform. And it's perhaps maybe if I sort Amazon, I sort everything else. Maybe that is the thinking behind it. And it's purely matter of interest from people. So we are focusing on Amazon for that reason.
Great. And also, I assume you have a exhibitor area in your conference. So what kind of people you can expect or companies you can expect from those areas?
Okay, absolutely. So we have got several companies in various industries actually on the day. So, from a company who is looking at sorting out your accounting side of things. So we've got Outserve, who is a headline sponsor for the day. And they help sellers on accounting part and resolve that issue, whether it is UK based or if you want to do cross-border, they are there to help you on the e-commerce accounting. We've got Temu Agency. Again, we were talking about Amazon only topic, but we've got slowly we are introducing other platforms here. So Temu Agency is there where sellers can learn about how you can expand your sales channel to Temu. We've got World First, which a company which helps in cross-border trade. We've got Ecommerce, who is especially the vendor platform. So if you are in managing vendor account, Ecommerce helps you to systemize and run your company efficiently. And we've got GS1 UK, who is also the sponsor, where GS1 helps sellers with EN numbers and with correct EN number and so on, that will allow your product to be found better. So these are some of the active sponsors at the moment, but things are going on. We still got nearly a bit over the month's time, so we'll have few more exhibitors by then.
And also, is there any app or anything like that the attendees can network before the event? Do you have anything cooking like that?
No, good point. So we have got a WhatsApp group. Once you book in a ticket, so you'll be directed to WhatsApp group, and they generally get opened a week or two before the conference so that you can talk amongst yourself, maybe organize drinks together, organize meetups together. So it gets really heated up a week or two before the event.
Great. And how far is that from the train station, the event location?
Yeah, so Brighton train stations, it's about 15 minutes walk.
15 minutes walk.
Yeah, from the Brighton train. And if you are traveling to London itself, it's an hour's train from London.
It's hour, yeah.
Yeah, and if you are flying in, so Gatwick Airport is just there, which is about 30 minutes from Brighton itself. So it's quite approachable in terms of you can reach it in a quite good amount of time.
Yeah, true. I know we only have a few minutes. I want to ask you some question about advertising on Amazon. So you are an expert, right? So this is a question I ask a lot of podcast guests. How does a campaign, a best campaign structure will look like in your opinion? How does it look like? How do you structure it?
Okay, so it's a very, very famous way of saying it depends, but I'll talk about a couple of common ways of doing it, and I'll talk about one not new way, but another way I'm testing. A general way to structure the campaign is based on the product and based on the campaign type. So if I've got, say for example, t-shirts, and I've got different colors and different sizes, what I can do is I can create a campaign. And then if I sell t-shirt and I sell caps, so I don't want to mix them together. So I want to create a campaign just for the t-shirts. So I can put that in a particular type of campaign, whether it would be auto or manual keywords campaign or brand or other stuff. So I'll put in one type of campaigns. Then I might need to divide them into different groups, because what we have found out, medium doesn't work the same as the large, and red doesn't work the same as the black, because the demand and the likeliness and then sales is different to different. So it's good to divide them into different groups within the campaign structure, so the medium red works, and then anything needs to change. So if you want to change something in medium red, you can change in that ad group of medium red. You don't have to change in medium large, because the same word may convert the medium but not convert the large. Don't ask me why, but it is how it is. So you can optimize that, and you may find that black XL may not work, at all, because it may create lots of spend and no sales. So you can just post that ad group and it doesn't get other types of other sizes and colors not affected. So that's one way of working. So recently I'm testing campaigns by keyword, and a lot of you might say, okay, I knew that anyway, but like I said, I'm learning all the time, so I don't know a lot, but I know a little to be in the industry. So I'm testing slightly different. So I was running campaign by type of product and so on. So now I've started testing by a keyword. So I'm putting a range of product and the range of 5 products into one keyword. And then there is another keyword, and I'm putting same range of product in another keyword. So there is ad group, but ad group by the type, the number of keywords. And I'm surprised myself, and it's working. But again, I've not tried that in all the accounts I work with, but this one is working, which is fine, right? So yeah, so the structure is better placed. Like I say, it depends, but it's always good to group them up. I think that's a simple concept to take away. If you group them up in some sort of order, whether it will be type of product, whether it is a size of product, or we divided groups in by the keywords as well. So you can do it that way. So as long as we've got a concept of grouping and boxing them separately, I think you will master Amazon ads in no time.
As long as it's structured, I think you can get away with it, right? My last question, Prabhat, will be on AI. What's your take on AI? Means a lot of things are happening within Amazon, like Cosmo, Rufus, and it's everywhere, right? And there are like hundreds of softwares coming up AI, right? So what are you doing on the AI side?
Yes, so this AI is taking me by surprise every day because new things coming up all the time. I think we shouldn't be worried about it because it's the change that will come. Like for example, if you go back 20 years, we used to shop online and then we wait for a parcel for 6-7 days to arrive. And there was excitement to wait, but Amazon changed everything because it was delivering next day, guaranteed. So, and what we did, we adapted to that. The self-fulfilled prime came in and we adapted. I think we will adapt with the change that's coming along. And what's interesting for me is you can do things faster than what you used to do. For instance, I was talking with another brand the other day and they said, this image is not good on this particular product. And I'm going to talk to my the graphics team. Other day, few days after they came, I did talk about that for my graphics team, but they didn't come back. But I used ChatGPT and then created this nice image and it's live. Yeah. Now look at that. So now marketing experts are not graphic designers, as you know. Not all of them are. And with the support of AI, what I'm seeing, things are in much faster motion, and people are not waiting anymore. And they're just going and getting it done. So it does help in that way. I think we will adapt. We'll adapt. When COVID came, people adapted. So we are by nature, we'll adapt to change and we'll adapt to find different ways of doing it. I think it's good. Some people think in a different way, but I think it's not going to change. It's going to come. It is going to take over a few things, but we'll adapt as we go along and find the use of it. A lot of people who don't use it, I think they will use it at some point, to be honest.
Yeah, true. So it's important, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to go ahead with the AI. Prabhat, it's been wonderful chatting with you. And for the viewers, where can they find you?
Okay, excellent. So if you want to see us in person, so I'll be on AmafestUK, so I must say that, in October the 17th in Brighton. So you can see us in person. And if you want to find out more about AmafestUK, have a look at the website AmafestUK.com. And if you got a question, there is a contact us form you can fill up, and then obviously I can support you with any question there.
Great. So I will put the website link and Amafest as well link, and also put Prabhat's LinkedIn profile as well.
Thank you.
So please do check it out. And I think there is a 30% off for the sellers who want to attend. So it's a good value for money as well. I will really recommend to go and visit and know things, learn things always. Great. Thanks again, Prabhat. Appreciate your time.
No, pleasure. My pleasure to be here, Sebastian. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.